A Sacred Life with Priska Helena Vyers.
Happy New Year, my loves. I hope you are well. I'm so honored that you're here. Welcome to a new episode of A Sacred Life. And today is a little bit different, and I'm going to tell you exactly why and how. But I really hope that you are aware that we're still in cocooning time, that we're still in the composting of everything that has happened over the last year, so that we can actually choose the seeds we want to plant in spring, so that we get to have the fruits we actually want to harvest in autumn, in the autumn season, or in harvesting season in general. So when I was sitting in my little cocoon over the holidays, I realized that I wanted to change something. I know that I have been bringing this channel back to life. I've been showing up. I've been doing some videos, and I will keep doing these kind of videos as I've announced them, or I have been doing them over the last year. But I also felt like I'm still in a way in hiding mode. I'm still not truly showing up. I'm still not truly showing you who I am. So as this is my little garden, I can do in this little garden whatever the fuck I want to do in this garden. I've decided to have this new format that I'm also going to post from time to time, where I'm just going to talk about things that matter to me, about things that are important to me. Because the one thing that I'm clear of in 2026 is that I really, truly, genuinely, wholeheartedly want to get rid of my good girl behavior. It is a pattern that has been following me throughout my whole life. There are so many reasons why so many of us, by the way, also are being the good girls or the good boys in life. But it has really defined me in so many ways. And I have, especially in the last 10 years, I mean, you remember the video, if you haven't seen that one yet, the comeback video when I reopened my channel again. I shared a little bit about my struggles and the reasons why I didn't show up the way I did. But still, I just kind of felt like I'm not truly showing colors. I don't know, maybe so many of you don't even know me. I know so many of you think I'm a very, very serious person. People think that I take things very seriously, and I do. I mean, I'm a very, very deep person. I mean, Cancer moon in the 12th house. Hello? And then the opposite is also true. I'm also, like this Leo rising, and I'm an Aries sun. So I have a lot of fire in my chart, and I have a lot of water, a lot of depth in my chart. And sometimes these parts within me are in a fight. And up till now, I've always let the good girl win because I didn't want to ruffle any feathers. I didn't want to rock the boat. I just wanted to maybe also play it safe, because my nervous system I'm protecting my nervous system as if it's a king's jewel. It's like so precious to me. It really is. And my nervous system is my weak spot. I know whenever things are happening, my nervous system is very easily, outbalanced, and it kind of gives me all kind of weird symptoms. So I've been focusing on my health as well. So I made a lot of choices not to openly truly show myself too much, a little bit, but not too much. And don't get me wrong, I know I don't owe anyone shit. I don't owe you to, my opinion or who I truly am, or anyone else out there. I'm just realizing that the things that I'm standing for is for women to use their voice, right? And I can see how sometimes the good girl came in between what I'm truly standing for. And, I've never, don't get me wrong, I just want to be very specific here. I've never shared anything that I'm not standing behind. I'm very clear. Everything that you've seen from me, everything that I've shared at any time in my life, I believe to be this was my truth at that moment. Yet sometimes I watered myself down. I think that's the more specific way to describe it. I just felt like I kind of played it a bit vanilla to please everyone, not to step on anyone's toes. And not that I want to step on someone's toes, but I'm just fed up on playing by the fierce rules. You know what I mean? I had so many negative comments in the past when I showed up. I had people wanting to unalive me. They wished death and worse upon me. And I think I just was a bit scared that this would happen again if I would just show up. And the thing is, I just shared what was happening in my life. And this was enough for people to get so triggered because I know can be a triggering person. Just me being present with people can be triggering for some people. That's fine. But I no longer want to let this lead my life, if this makes sense. And I hope that with me saying goodbye to the good girl, that maybe it also gives you the permission, my love, to also let yours go. Because you have one shot at this specific precious life of yours. You only get to be this specific version of you once in a lifetime. And I truly believe that we're at a extremely important point in the life of this world. At least this is what I believe. Maybe it is also egocentric to believe, but I think we're in an incredibly important time. I think we're in an end time and a new beginning time. And I think the more we are actually showing who we are and are fully living who we are with our fiery sides and our watery sides and our earthy sides and our airy sides and all that we are, all that you specifically are, and show that to the world, then you really live a fulfilled life. You really are being yourself. I think I don't know who that said that, and I saw it. I think someone on social media, like this quote: "Be yourself. Everybody else is taken." And I think this is so powerful. And I think this is something I've always been standing for. In all the work that I've been doing with women, it's all about standing in your truth. Because what I see so many people do is they're trying to be somebody else at all the time. They try to fit in here, or they please their mom or their dad or their husband or their partner or their girlfriends or their boss or whoever, but they miss out living their own life. They miss sharing the medicine of who they truly are. And I know so many of you might think, oh my goddess, you already have been sharing so many things of your life. Yes, I have. And I have toned myself down. That's the truth. And it was a conscious choice, and it's totally fine. It's not a blame. It's not a shame. It's just what I chose at the time. But now I'm done. And with this video, I also, it's also kind of a promise to myself to keep on walking that path and being okay with triggering people. And being okay with being triggered, knowing that I have the tools to regulate my nervous system, that I have, my people who know who I am, being okay with being misunderstood, because this hurt me so badly. If people couldn't see my intentions or kind of were twisting the words that I said, all these things hurt me so deeply that I started to just not share them anymore, because I truly, honestly was afraid. There were people just showing up on my profile to criticizing me because I said something wrong or I said something weird or whatever they thought I said was not fitting into their picture. And I let myself shrink through that. And again, it's not because I think it's a bad thing. Sometimes we have to just protect our nervous systems. But I really feel like there's no more space, no more acceptance for me right now for nurturing this. And I will just go with the flow whenever I feel I need to retreat again. Cancer moon in the 12th house. I need a lot of space to myself. I need a lot of self-care. I need a lot of, I'm an introvert at my heart. There's a lot of things that I just want to do in my little cocoon, in my safe space. But again, I'm also so fiery. So I also have this deep desire to share, to express myself, to create art in whatever way possible. And I'm just ready. I'm ready to share more about who I am, about my opinions about certain topics. And I would love to hear your voices too. And I hope we can open up conversations in a, loving and care, like in a way where we can just respect each other's opinions. Because just because I'm sharing my opinion doesn't mean that there's no space for other opinions, as long as we can respect each other. As long as we can see, okay, this is your opinion, this is my opinion, we agree to disagree, that's fine. And I really hope that we can just broaden our views, because what I've realized over the years is it helped me so much to step into other people's shoes. That's how I kept growing. This is how I kept expanding. And I'm going to say this now. There was even a time when I saw so many people on social media, like raving for Trump. And I just couldn't understand it. This is, almost 5 years ago. And they were talking about him being the savior and whatnot. And I just couldn't get it into my mind. But then I was interested. Instead of saying they're idiots, I'm just this person who gets curious. So I got on this deep dive into why they believe this. And I've learned so many things. I personally think a lot of bullshit. And also some things that I really felt, oh, this is true. And I think this is the whole, thing also with conspiracy theories. Sometimes actually, maybe I should not open this whole can of worms right now. But I just believe sometimes, things are being taken so much into the extreme that all people who think differently are being just labeled a conspiracy theorist, and then they're not being taken seriously anymore. Up to the point that I sometimes think it's the people who do all these terrible things in the world are actually planting these extreme theories or these really interesting theories out there so that people then think, oh my God, they've totally lost it. But anyways, again, what I want to say is I love to learn new things. I love to understand people because I think under the line, we all want the same thing. We all want to be safe. And I think we all crave to be witnessed to up some level. We want to be seen for who we are. And we want to be loved. We want to feel safe. We want to be, just be who we are and be loved for who we are. I believe every person in this world craves that. And sometimes we have different ideas depending on our upbringing, on our, our belief systems, on our, the filters we've developed over time. We have different ideas about what we think, how we will get these specific things, this love, this safety, this acknowledgement of who we are and in our full expression. And some people, and of course, I'm not talking about like the narcissists and, the really power hungry beeps out there. I'm talking about you and me. I'm talking about people who live with their hearts, who want the best for the world and for humanity. But even for people who don't have closed hearts and don't want the best for humanity, I still think they want to feel safe and they want to feel seen and they want to be loved in some level. And they think they get it through power or they get it through, I don't know, if they achieve X, Y, Z. We all have different ideas. This is all depending on how we grew up, who we are, also maybe our astrology, our mission in this world. All these things kind of define how I feel it, how we want to achieve these things. But under the line, we're all human. And this unites us. And that's what I'm like my long way of saying I'm not opposed to other opinions. I would love to know your opinion if you can just accept mine and we can talk kindly with each other and can learn from each other. I think we all have learned this now since 2020 when it comes to diversity, how important it is to step into other people's shoes and actually let go of our fragile ego, our ideas, our, all the things we thought to be true, and to just listen for once to somebody else's experience and to try at least for one moment to step into their shoes. So, yeah. My intention is this place to be a place where we can discuss, where we can maybe be inspired. I'm going to in this Priska Diaries part, I'm going to, by the way, this is how it's called. I didn't even mention it. This is how I'm intending to call it. Maybe it will change because it's something I just want to try out for myself and also giving you permission to try things out if you have an impulse to just follow it and doing what feels right in the moment. What I want to do is just take a specific topic that kind of moves me right now and from time to time then make this kind of podcasty episode where I just talk about it. And then I would just love to hear what's true for you and how you relate to that and how maybe this topic is moving within you. Because I believe we're all connected. I think there's a piece of you and me. I think there's a piece of me and you. And I really, truly hope that this can be a safe place of coming together, of exchanging thoughts, and of open-mindedness, and where we can just be okay with disagreeing as well. That would be my dream. That we can just be accepted in our differences and still, be kind with each other. Okay. That's my declaration to say goodbye to the good girl. This is my declaration to let go of this people pleasing tendencies, wanting to say the right things, wanting to also have it perfect so that nobody cannot find any mistakes in my saying. But the truth is, I'm not perfect, and I don't want to be perfect. I feel that the sacredcy is exactly in these cracks where divinity and humanity meet, where we can let something beautiful that we see. At the moment, I'm just looking out because there's snow. It's a miracle. There's snow in the Netherlands. There's never snow in the Netherlands. And when there's snow in the Netherlands, everything breaks down. There's no more flying. There's no more buses. There's no more, the trains don't, it's just everything dies. Anyways. But it's so beautiful. The sun is out. It's glistening. I was walking the dogs this morning and it was just magnificent. I had to film at every corner and look at all these beautiful, shiny diamonds in the trees. And it's just so gorgeous. And when I let myself feel or like being touched, my humanity being touched by this beauty, I feel that there is exactly where the divinity comes in. And when I can feel and really experience divinity in my body. And the same goes with sadness. When I'm really sad and I'm not going to stop my sadness, but I'm really letting myself being broken open by the sadness or whatever is true for me. When I step out of resistance, that's where the sacred meets the human. And I think these are the most sacred things in life. And that's what it means to me to live a sacred life. It doesn't mean to always walk around in flowy dresses. I do love my flowy dresses, but very often I'm just walking around in track pants. That's the truth. People who follow me on Instagram or on Facebook know that, because mostly when I make a reel, I'm just wearing always the same pullover and sometimes no makeup. And that's just what's real. But does it matter? No, it does not. It really does not, because this is not what life is about. It's not about appearances. It's about how you feel and how you allow yourself to be present in your life. And I think this is why a sacred life was also so important to me, to bring it back online and bring it back to you, because I think it's so easy to miss. And the more we can let go of the good girl wanting to please everyone, aesthetically or in the right choice of words or being always perfectly inclusive. I'm going to fuck up. I know this. I will be going to fuck up. But please, that's fine. I allow myself to fuck up. Full permission to fuck up, to apologize, and to try again. That's how we learn. That's how we grow. Happy New Year, lovers. Well, again, for me, the new year is not truly here yet in a way it is. It's always a double-sided sword. In one way, the Gregorian calendar is weird and wrong, but also the whole world lives by it. And if so many people believe in it, it gets a power. So yeah, I just hope you're having an amazing start into 2026. I'm sending all my loves, and I would love to know from you how you're experiencing your inner good girl and how she has been showing up for you and what you're ready to let go of, so that you can live a more freer and a more loving, self-loving, a more truthful, more sovereign life. I would love to know. And I'm just sending you so much love from my heart to yours.